think Arsenal can nick it a 2-1. I'm so sure that Chelsea will score, even though they're firing blanks, but I'm sure Chelsea will score. We'll do something silly and something clumsy at the back. So I'm so sure Chelsea will score, but I think Arsenal will win 2-1. Let me know predictions in the comment section. So Arteta decided to make some changes. Interesting. I've been banging my head against the wall, shouting and screaming about let's change something, especially holding. So against Chelsea, he decides to drop holding. He decides to drop Partey and bring in Jorginho. He brings in Kiviok for holding. And but how come he did not change Saka? Saka has been very poor, underwhelming, underperforming, because he's the media darling, because he's our English prodigy, Helen boy. No, he's untouchable, right? Even though today he adds another stinking performance to the array of performances he has had in the last 7 to 8 weeks. No, let's keep him in the team. Now, before some of you accuse me of complaining, Arsenal won at the Emirates against Chelsea 3-1. I'm not so impressed. Like, everybody's beating Chelsea. Chelsea at the metaphorically the town bicycle, everybody's taking a ride. So there's nothing for me to celebrate. I get it. In terms of points, I'll take the points. In terms of stopping the bleeding, in terms of stopping the bad run of form, I'll take it. But aside from that, I'm not very joyous, elated, in a celebratory mode that we beat Chelsea. Come on. Everybody is beating Chelsea. Chelsea are the latest drum that is being passed around, and everybody is taking a beating onto it. So why should I be overly excited that we'll beat Chelsea? Southampton beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Lampard as a manager is the worst manager I've ever witnessed in my whole life. Lampard is getting these jobs because of nepotism. He knows a few people in the corridors of these appointments, so he can get a stab at this job, even though we know he is a poor manager. As a player, Lampard was a fantastic midfielder. I mean, fantastic. But as a manager, he's piss poor. He's garbage. It's like putting a drunkard to walk on a straight line. That's what you're saying. He can't do it. Lampard does not have the IQ of a manager to do what he's been asked to do. He can't do it. Nepotism cannot save you all the time. You know, in life, you get to certain positions by who you know, but you still have to deliver. Lampard is getting to these positions because he knows a few people, but he can't just deliver. Let's take on the game. That's not kind of impressive. Odegaard scoring 2 goals. Very interesting. Scores 2 goals today. Where were these performances against Southampton, Liverpool, Manchester City? I'm just asking questions. Like, don't kill me. Some of you come into the comment section and accuse me of being overly critical. I am not. I'm just asking a question. Why was Holding put on the bench today? So at last, Arteta can see the light. It was madness. He kept on repeating the same thing and expecting or hoping for a different result, which is absolute farcical. It is not possible. You can't continue to repeat something and expect a different result. It can. Now, some of you say, yes, you can get a rub of the green on the lock. Yes, like a broken clock can be right twice, but it's still broken. Kivior, he looked very well today, but I'm not going to gauge him based on playing Chelsea. Chelsea are one of the most wretched team right now in terms of form. So I'm not going to gauge how good Kivior is against Chelsea. That would be suicidal. That would be very silly. Now, I'm not saying let's take all the credit away from Kivior. He had a decent game, but I'm not judging him based on Chelsea. Jorginho in the first half was running things. He looked very impressive, but we know Jorginho physically gets exhausted. We can see there was a drop in the second half. He doesn't have that physicality. That's why I'm happy the league is winding down, so we can get in quality midfielders in the summer that had physicality, the athleticism, and the lungs to control games for the whole 90 minutes and beyond. Overall, it was a good game. Partey was on the bench. He deserved to be benched because his performances lately have not been the best. So I understand that. The only thing I'm complaining about is Saka. He has been poor, and we have Trossard. Why drop Martinelli? He hasn't been poor, but this is what my hot Arteta's future endeavors as a manager. You can't see players can smell nepotism. They can smell when managers are not doing things on merit. Saka has been poor. Let's be real, guys. Let's call it out. I don't care if it's English. I love Saka He's Nigerian American. Sorry, Nigerian English. And I love him. He's a national boy. I love him. But let's go with it. Saka has been poor. Why keep playing? You cannot play me too for dropping on the bench. We have options. Put this guy on the bench. The only kind of dodgy news is that we saw Gabriel Hobolov at the almost end of the match. Hopefully he's fit because we need Gabriel against Newcastle. Newcastle will be a different beast. They're not as far as Chelsea. That will be when I can see I can't gauge if you want to play Newcastle. We will know Isaac is on fire. Newcastle players, they might not be world beaters, but they are quality players. So not a bad victory at the Emirates. Remember, I said it in my preview. Arsenal will concede because I know how we'll play, especially at home. We will do something silly. Zinchenko needs to tighten up. I like the way he comes to the midfield. I like what he contributes to the team. But yeah, this lapse of concentration in his game, he needs to take out it immediately. See, he's not a youngster. He's in his prime. We know defending is not his best attribute, but he's not a poor defender. He just needs to tighten up on his concentration. Like, I don't know why he lacks that. This break in concentration sometimes. He needs to work on that. Aside from that, it was a very, very conducive, very, very expected victory. Like, we know Chelsea, they are jokesters right now. They are now at the best of time. Lampard, Todd Bowley, and the Chelsea team are just comedies of errors. They don't know what they're doing. Like, why you bring in Aubameyang from the cold and play him against Arsenal? I get Arsenal have been struggling for the last 4 games, but come on. They're still on top of the league. They've been playing well. You don't do that. We saw his performance against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge in the corresponding fixture rather, when he had a bit of form. Then you bring out from the cold, like, to play Arsenal. Like I said, Arsenal has been dodgy in the last 4 games, but come on. You can't do that. So they deserve what they got. And Todd Bowley, I'm sure he's contemplating sacking Lampard, but he might not want to pull the trigger because of the shame. You can't sack 3 managers within a season. That will be another record. So let's see whether Todd Bowley will keep his patience or he might just be trigger happy and get rid of Lampard. We know they are close to appointing Pochettino. I don't know what is keeping it delayed. That is not my problem. My problem is Arsenal. I'm happy that Arsenal have gone back to the top of the summit, even though Man City have 2 games in hand to play. They play West Ham tomorrow. Let's see whether West Ham can do us a favor. I highly doubt it, but it's not impossible. This is football. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But we know with the form of Holland, the form of the team, the squad, the experience, Pep is not looking likely. It's not looking likely. But like I said, this is football. Anything and everything is possible. So as Arsenal fans, let's celebrate in modesty. Don't get overly excited about the victory against Chelsea. Like I said, Chelsea at the town bicycle, metaphorically, everybody's taking it right. So even though on the points side, I like the fact that we grabbed our latest 3 points. On the performance side, I like the performance, but it's against Chelsea. So that yardstick is, in my opinion, is kind of flawed. So I'm not going to take it with too much seriousness. If you like my content and you subscribe, do me a favor by subscribing. Very, very important for the growth of the channel and the algorithm. Do not forget to stick a like on the video, please. Very, very important too. And do not forget to turn on notification bells. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Adieu.